Hi, I'm Shane Kanto here with MovieHole.net and the Wasteland Review YouTube channel, and with a special opportunity to talk to Terry Crews for the new film Rumble coming out on Paramount Plus. Thank you so much for your time, Terry.
Hey Shane, thank you, sir.
Awesome. So I want to always like to get started with chatting about how'd you get involved in the project?
I got a call from my agent called me and told me a little bit about the log line for
Mhm.
this animated film, and it was so intriguing. I mean, about monsters fighting on behalf of cities in this sort of WrestleMania-ish type tournament. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, it reminds me of the NFL. It reminds me of the
Mhm.
WWE, and it's a lot like entertainment.
Yep.
And what people don't know is that I actually started out on a show. My first job in entertainment was a TV show called Battle Dome, which was like American Gladiators on steroids. And I played this character named T Money, who basically was a monster.
Mhm.
And we would battle contestants for money. So instead of it being like Wheel of Fortune, you know what I mean, they put you in a wheel and I wrestle you out of it. You know what I mean? They set it on fire and we would fight. And a lot of this reminded me of my beginnings. It reminded me of, I was like, oh my God, I played this character. I mean, I was tentacular in real life, and I played it big. I played it bold. We were in front of a live audience. And this is back in 1999
Mhm.
when it was pre-MMA. Like people hadn't seen like actual physical violence on TV, and it got really violent. It was so violent. It was we could only do it for 2 years. We got sued so much. So the show was canceled, but that was my humble beginnings in Hollywood.
Awesome. And I always like to ask as well, what did you enjoy most about being involved in the project, voicing Tentacular?
First of all, I love animation.
Mhm.
Another thing a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm an artist.
Mhm.
When I first moved to LA, I had my portfolio in at Disney, at DreamWorks, back when they were doing Prince of Egypt. I remember trying to be one of the in-betweeners, one of the artists on that show. But what happened was hand-drawn animation disappeared when Toy Story came out.
Mhm.
And all these artists were like, oops, we're out, And that's how I started acting. But I love the discipline of what animation is. Something about it, it's a little bit like puppetry or anything artistically where, it's the jokes are a little bit funnier. The action is a lot more intense. It's really, the artistry really takes you out into a whole nother world, much different than live action things. You know what I mean? It's a whole nother thing. You tend to suspend belief really, really well in animation, and there's so many things you can do. And I think we achieved it when we did this movie.
Awesome. And I've gotten a chance to check it out, and it's definitely a lot of fun. And obviously, you being involved, why should people go over the Paramount Plus and go check out Rumble?
Well, first of all, I think it's the perfect family movie. It's got something for everyone. I love Will Arnett. We did Arrested Development, the Netflix version together. He is my homie. All these great characters. It's got something for everyone, but it also has, you can, one thing I love and I will never ever, regret doing more family entertainment because there's just is that audiences are getting more and more separated. It's just something for the 3-year-old, something for the 6-year-old, something for the 14-year-old, and it's like everyone's in their own room watching their own thing. But I think with Rumble, this is something that everybody can get together and enjoy and talk about the themes when it's over. So this is where I am with AGT. This is why I love doing that. And the same thing with this. I mean, you can never get enough family entertainment because it's just so rare right now.
Awesome. And Terry, thank you so much for your time. This was a pleasure, and I hope everybody goes checks out Rumble on Paramount Plus.
Well, thank you, Shane.
Thank you.